If you think family gatherings are always fun and harmonious, you definitely haven't seen ours. Therese awkwardly stood by like a basketball, unsure what to do. Trying to ease the tension, but clueless on how to start, Therese stammered, "How do you know my wife?" "I work in for our estate. So the room's theirs." I grabbed a gift from her desk, forgot my sleeve, and don't know how she turned. "I'm truly grateful to her. This is way over the top. What do you want me to do?" "Just let it go." Though the arguing stopped, the atmosphere dropped to iceberg levels, with the husband yanking the daughter away right before leaving. Still wrestling with Carol, Therese, broad-shouldered, found himself in an issue-like predicament and cranked up the music to drown out his embarrassment. Carol trudged back inside, heavy-footed, the feathers hidden in the sliding cabinet-like evidence, now laid bare before Therese. "You thought you couldn't get what you wanted? Just go and buy some mushrooms then. Just tell me where to go, I'll happily get them for you." "I don't care. You don't have to go halfway just to buy mushrooms, I'm fine. I'll robotically take you to the airport at 8:30. That cold tone was like a sharp needle, piercing Therese's heart, turning her mood into a suffocating waterfall. Compared to the previous sweet atmosphere, it felt suffocating now on the return train. Therese gazed at the black night outside the window, unable to hold back tears as she remembered playing piano at Carol's house just hours before. The beautiful fantasies while moving through tunnels, recalling her old camera that couldn't capture any of it. Therese wept with mixed sadness and tranquility, accompanied only by the weather report outside the window. However, just as she returned home, Carol impeccably timed her call. "I was so pitiful before. Have you forgiven me?" "Yes, I would like to inquire of the young lady. Do you happen to feel the need?" You see, Carol was meeting her. Inside, a surge of excitement welled, after years of hiding and denying her sexuality, like a balloon set to pop. Trapped in a traditional marriage, caught between a husband and a domineering mother-in-law. What they wanted was a docile housewife, living completely by the script. And every move Carol made was under her husband's surveillance, living as if in a real-life Big Brother. At that moment, she started to wonder if her husband chose her like picking out a carpet for the living room, just finding her to be the right fit. He never really grasped her. For her daughter, Carol endured until her husband's suspicion deepened. Only then did she muster the courage to seek a divorce. Negotiation should have happened, but that night with Therese, her ex changed his mind. She broke the agreement for joint custody, insisting on being the sole guardian of their daughter. To achieve her goal, she even unearthed details about Carol's brief affair with a girlfriend back then, when same-sex relationships were criminalized, using this to threaten Carol back to the family, giving her an ultimatum. Though Carol felt innocent, she remained at a disadvantage. Societal prejudice was like heavy shackles, constantly restraining her freedom. And Therese's appearance was like a surprising delight, like sunlight suddenly splashing into her dark life. That night, she stood at the door, kicking in a box with model-like grace. Entering Therese's small room, Carol was instantly captivated by the pictures on the wall, seeing herself and Therese as a child, the pictures bringing back sweet memories, causing Carol to tear up for her daughter. She proactively brought up custody with Therese and mentioned wanting to take a trip out west for a few months. Faced with Carol's invitation, Therese had never turned her down, always like a little bunny eager to accompany everyone. Yet inside, she was blooming with joy, like flowers bursting from the earth. Upon hearing Therese was going away, her boyfriend exploded in she couldn't understand why Therese always rejected her invitations, nor why she was so infatuated with one woman. During the fight, Therese suggested a breakup, causing her boyfriend's emotions to crumble, like the door to his heart slamming shut. In the end, she even found Therese a girlfriend. Her boyfriend chimed in. She wants to talk to her. Therese suggested a breakup, and her boyfriend completely broke down. She helped Therese land a better job, wanted to take her home to meet her parents, even proposed to her. Unfortunately, none of this was what Therese wanted. The seemingly intense argument didn't affect Therese's mood. She packed her bags and set off into the unknown with Carol on the romantic Christmas Eve. Therese had never been so happy, pulling out records she carefully picked for Carol, both enjoying the radio and jamming to the music. They concocted each other's enchanting scents, while Therese waited for Carol to take the initiative, yearning to get closer. Perhaps influenced by the anticipation in Teresa's words at the next stop, they actually shared the same room. That night, although nothing happened, Carol slept soundly beside Therese, a peace she hadn't known in years. From that point onward, they never booked two separate rooms again. Carol was well aware of Teresa's little thoughts, while Therese struggled to keep things from becoming hard. The two never openly discussed their sexuality. Perhaps it was not just recognition, but an unspoken bond that attracted them. When they arrived at the flower furnace, it was just New Year. They cuddled in a warm room, separated from the world's noise. Carol's eyes were filled with... She reached out, gently stroking Teresa's hair, smiling wryly. I've never really celebrated a New Year. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.